want to turn the conversation over now to a very, very important event, and it has to do with a fundraiser, Utah Firefighter Chili Cook-Off this weekend at America First Field in Sandy at 92nd South and State. It is for a wonderful cause where it helps send burned survivors, people who've been burned in like horrific events, to camp, and so they can be emotionally supported by people who are kind of going through the same thing as they were going through. Let's start with Rob Marriott, a firefighter with the Unified Fire Authority. We also want to talk to Abe Kofer. Did I say that right?
Yes.
You told me how to say your name. 13 years old. This got you out of school today?
Yes.
All right. And in a moment as well, Carrie Jones, who's with Utah Disaster Cleanup, big sponsor of this event this coming weekend. Rob, talk about Burn Camp and what it is, because when you say Burn Camp, I think people can't really get a grasp of what Burn Camp does for these survivors.
Right. It gives these survivors an opportunity to be amongst their peers. As a counselor for the last 8 years, on top of being a firefighter, I get to go to camp and watch. The most beautiful piece for me is to see Abe and his peers be their authentic selves. It's that 1 week a year that they can be their true authentic selves.
Because they've gone through so much, having survived a fire or some sort of like chemical burn,
Yep.
And going through all of the care that's needed to get them back into, school like Abe is, that they need an outlet.
They do.
And is it just kids who go to burn camps, or do adults go too?
So there are 5 different programs throughout the year, 5 different camps. We start with preschool camp, and then our large camp is Nanama, and that's 6 to 13-year-olds. Then there's the adolescent 14 to 17-year-old, the young adult, and then the adult retreat. So if you were burned as a child, you can just progress through each of those camps. If you were burned later, you might come into the adolescent or the young adult or adult programming.
Abe, I want to ask Abe, Rob, if what have you been to camp?
Yes.
And
this year was my second year.
Your second year. Was it cool?
Yes.
Okay. And what's your story? What happened? Do you mind sharing that with us?
No, not at all. I was burned in a fire and lighter fluid. I got lighter fluid on my leg, and that caught fire. I got burned over about 50% of my right leg, the inside half, and I spent almost 2 weeks in the ICU and recovered really well and have enjoyed my time at Nanama and in the real world.
And just tell us about, it's horrific to go through something like that.
Yes.
But to come out on the other end and then be able to turn that into helping other people who've gone through something similar, how rewarding is that for you to be able to say, I went through this tough thing, but boy, I can be of help?
It's extremely rewarding to see, especially my own progression, but to be able to see other people's progression through their trauma and their progression in their lives.
Yeah.
Carrie Jones with Utah Disaster Cleanup. Utah Disaster Cleanup is a major sponsor of the Chili Cook-Off this Saturday. Tell us what it's all about.
Yes, so we became involved in this event about 12 years ago. We heard about camp, we heard about the need to raise money, and we thought, you know what, let's have a chili cook-off. And we have great partners within the fire industry, Unified Fire Authority being one of them. Salt Lake Fire was part of it. There were a lot of the agencies that were there. 12 years ago, we were at Gateway, and it was small. And every year, it just gets a little bit bigger. And we love this event. We love giving back to the community. We love being with the first responders. There's an energy about this event. It's like nothing you've ever felt before. They're competitive and they're feisty and they're fun.
I bet they're competitive. I'm wondering which one has the best chili, but I get to be a judge on Saturday, so I'm so excited to be there.
All the chili.
So what is it? People can come out and buy a ticket to get in, and then the money goes to Burn Camp, and they get to test different chilies? How does that work?
So the way it works is the event is free to get in. Anyone can come to the event and enjoy, they can see Air Med landing, they can see the performance by the Emerald Society. But if you want to eat chili, you're going to buy tickets. And the tickets are $2 per sample. And it's a nice size. It's a half a cup. It's a 4-ounce sample. So you can taste all the chilies, or you can take some to go. We have 16-ounce to-go containers for $6. So, yeah, come on out, buy as many tickets as you want. We say, for a family of, 4 little kids, plan on spending about $50.
And the money goes to support Burn
100%.
Camp from
Yes.
11 o'clock till 3 o'clock this morning. This Saturday morning, it starts at 11 a.m. at America First Field, which is, of course, where Real plays our soccer games. Rob, I want to leave this with you. And you contacted me weeks ago and said, hey, can we be on the show? This is such an important cause. That we do for the members of our community to raise money so they can go to Burn Camp. What would you want us to take away from what you know about Burn Camp and what it does for the victims?
Let's try and summarize this for you. As a firefighter, often we're called heroes. But when I go to camp, I'm surrounded by these incredible humans from 5, 12, 18 years old. And they give me so much strength, so much courage to watch their grit, their determination, their resilience. I need someone to look up to as a firefighter. And Abe and all of the survivors that I encounter, that I have relationships with, those are who I look up to. They're my heroes. Come out and support this event. It's really important for us.
On Saturday morning at 11 a.m.
Dave and Dujanovic. Hey, stay right here for more of Dave and Dujanovic.
And tomorrow morning, come back here for news, traffic updates, and reliable weather.
Join us to have a listen. Tim and Amanda.
Your morning companions for news.